maybe a few musicians you would love to work with collectively with Squeeze. An example is Todd Rundgren on the last album, White Night, and his version of Bang Bang of the Swinville series. For instance, Barry Gibb and Sheryl Crow did something together on an album. Is this something that we would consider, I guess is what you're saying?
There's someone I would love to collaborate with. There's a young jazz drummer in the UK called Moses Boyd, who has a fantastic feel, and I would love to do something with him. That's the name that leaps out to me at the moment.
Oh, that sounds amazing. Sounds exciting. I love those kind of young guys that just have got a completely different handle on music.
Mm-hmm.
They come at it from a different education, and without little baggage, I would presume too. And I'm very excited by working with people like that are not names. You know, it would be very easy for us, possibly, to shack up with someone like Sheryl Crow. Maybe I don't know, but it wouldn't be as exciting as working with a younger person who hasn't had the history. I guess it would be more exciting, I think.
Good answer.
Yeah. So moving along, Risa, how are you, Risa?
I'm very well, thank you. It's nice to see you guys. Looking forward to the show on Friday in California.
Yay!
Yeah, it's going to be good. So you ask this question. Now that you have a few dates under your belt, what differences are you noticing with American audiences? Well, I have to say it's been largely extremely emotional for many reasons, but the many reasons are, I guess, is that people haven't been able to go to concerts for a long time, and we haven't been able to play a concert for a long time, like this anyway, in the kind of way that we tour now, and bringing those emotions together within the theatre or on the stage is something very exceptional. I find I get choked up almost every night. It's very bizarre. You know, some tours we've done so many tours, and I think in the future, like in 10 years' time, I'll always look back at this tour as being something very, very special.
Yeah, I agree. With everything you said there, I think that the emotion of the shows is running really high, and I think that we've worked ourselves, and that's coming out in the shows we're doing. It's coming out, as Chris said, in the way that the audiences are responding, and the way that we feel about it is possibly the most that I've ever felt doing shows. And we're getting uniform results all along the way. We're a very good way into the tour now, and the response has been incredible. So we're in a good place.
Good question. Thank you very much, Risa. Looking forward to seeing you. It's lovely to see you so well as well. That's brilliant. Yes. Catherine Berry Edmond. Besides age, do you feel any different performing now than you did in May 1979, opening for the Tubes at the Hammersmith Odeon? I feel completely different. I haven't got a 29-inch waist, for instance. That's completely gone out the window. T-shirts are XXL. So yeah, I feel completely different.
Yeah, it's there is nothing like that feeling I remember from that time of being young and advancing our cause, and just starting to have hit records and all that stuff. It was a great time. I wouldn't want to be there now. I'm really happy with where I am. So, feel like it's completely different. We used to play everything at 300 miles an hour live, and we don't do that so much now.
But it's fun when we do. It's hard to keep up sometimes. Get out of breath. Hey, Laura from Seattle. This is quite a long question as well, so I'm going to cut it into slices if that's okay. With all the changes in entertainment and social events because of COVID, is there something you guys do now, either professionally, tour concerts, or in the studio, or even at home, that you feel you should have been doing long ago, or that is such a great idea that you couldn't have been doing pre-pandemic?
Well, I would answer that by saying, we have more or less completely changed the way that we tour. For instance, yesterday was a day off, and we're in Yakima, in Washington State. It's a small town. We're sort of avoiding other people. We're avoiding people. We're not seeing people at shows. So this has replaced anything that we would have done a live event. It still feels slightly weird to be in a situation with hundreds or thousands of people in a room, but I think that's something that we're getting used to now, and we're just trying to keep ourselves and everyone else safe as we can.
You go on to ask, what's having a couple black coffee in bed doing, or my band on TV doesn't. I've never heard that term before. It's very good. I like that.
Yeah.
What happened during the filming of Black Coffee in Bed? I know the director was very well adversed at making videos. I think he went on to do a couple with Michael Jackson, for instance, and he had a lot of ideas, and I don't remember what the casting situation was, but when I look back at that video, I see how much makeup I was wearing. It scares the life out of me to think that I thought that might be good.
Very pretty.
It's very pretty. But yeah. I can't remember casting. It's a really interesting question, of course.
It's great, and I get from what was interesting about coming here is that I didn't realise how segregated music was here until I came here and saw that you had these. What on one hand was great having specialist stations, so you had radio stations that would play Squeeze, wouldn't go near black music, whereas we were accustomed, I think, to all that being mixed in the UK. Although I do think that, I didn't see many black artists get sustained careers from British labels, but it was different there to the way that it is here, and I really appreciate the question. It's a good question.
Yeah, really good. And the last question on this list is from Tom Finley in Bellevue, Washington. What is your favourite song to play live? That's the first part of the question. The second part is, what is your favourite musician or band right now? Woo. For me, one might say after pulling muscles from the shell for so many years that you might not still enjoy it. It might be a bit like clockwork, but it actually hits an incredible peak sometimes, which it never used to. Firstly, something like is play and times. I think the audience, although they don't know it as well as Pulling Muscles from Michelle, must be able to appreciate the complexity and the beauty of it. And who's your favourite musician and band right now? I can't really answer that right at this second.
Okay, I'm going to step in here. My favourite band at the moment is a band called SAULT, SAULT, and they have an incredible album, great songs, great players. Going earlier question, I would just chip in with Chris that Departure Lounge would be my choice too, because it really speaks to me at the moment. My dad is 93 now. Mm-hmm. He's in a care home. I haven't seen him for a year and a half since the beginning of COVID. He's in Amsterdam, and every time I play that song, it makes me think of him and how when I have video calls with him, it's been a period of watching him sort of slip away, which is very poignant and obviously upsetting. That's why it connects with me so much.
Yeah. Favourite musician at the moment is, for me, is a guy called Craig Armstrong. He's a composer, pianist, writes a lot of film music, but he also composes solo piano music, which is very calming, and I find sometimes listening to music like that, which is the opposite of being on a bus with your mates, you kind of get to go to a different place. So he's just brought out a new album, which was very excited about. So that's really where I am, and I don't think I have a favourite band really. I think I'm just discovering the bands that I used to like more and more. So I don't have a favourite sort of new band. So those are the end of the questions, and that's from Tim.
We're going to throw open the mics to other people, see if everyone chip in.
Yeah.
Hey there! It's an honor to talk to you guys.
Hey.
Hi, this is
Mark.
This is Mark, and I guess my question didn't make the list, but I had read long ago that you guys met from an ad posted in a candy shop, and only one person replied, and it turned out to be the right person. And I was just wondering how quickly you knew that things were going to click and that it would become a magical combination.
Well, when we first met, we, like when you're young like that, and the exciting thing, speaking from my point of view, was meeting somebody who could play a guitar incredibly well and sing beautifully, which I could do neither of, but also had a fascinating record collection. And in those days, what was wonderful was when you met somebody else, you brought together your albums. That was kind of like your calling card. Something that people don't really do too much these days, because music has been sort of reduced to a digital format. So to get to know somebody, listening,
That's such a bummer. Mediums.
I think that people really do that quite as much as I certainly used to do it. Used to tell
Oh, that's a fantastic answer. I remember those days well.
Yeah.
We just wanted to give our regrets that we won't be able to join you. The Canada to U.S. border is closed for driving. It's open the other way, but we'd be wondering if you'd ever consider doing another tour in Canada at some point.
I would love to do the sept, but we can't get in. Well, I was at Buffalo. I had a day off in Buffalo. Been across the border there many times, but not now. It's not open. So.
I will look forward to seeing it when you get a chance.
Look forward to being there. Thank you.
Thank you. Cool.
Have you ever played the Hollywood Bowl before?
Yes, we played there. I remember playing there in 1985, I think, when Squeeze got back together. And I don't know if we played it in between then and now. I suspect we may have done.
Did we headline it? I don't remember.
We did.
Wow. I don't remember it at all. There you go.
I just want to, this is Tom, I want to thank you for answering my 2 questions earlier. And thank you. I look forward to seeing you in Seattle tonight. Welcome to our town. And thank you for also being careful with, vaccination protocols and all of that. So I'm looking forward to just having an awesome time with you guys tonight. And thank you for taking the time.
Thank you very much. We're looking forward to seeing you.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, everybody.
I have one quick question. I have this memory of the song "Tempted" being part of a play. Was I just dreaming? Did you ever put the song "Tempted"? Were you writing a play?
No, it's been in a film.
Okay.
It's about it. It's been in a film. Maybe it's been in a few films.
No, I thought that it was specifically a play that fit the lyrics. But anyway. Okay, maybe something to work on.
I'll come into you how the dream impacts you, whatever you like. As if Bruce doesn't mind, of course.
Yeah. Well, we're in beautiful Niagara on the Lake, home of the Shaw Festival.
So close to Buffalo. Yeah.
We'll come and pick you up.
Cool.
We're on the pretty side.
Good luck with the rest of your tour. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for joining us, everybody. Yeah. It's very nice to see you all.
Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you both.
See you soon.
Thank you.
See you tonight.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks so much.